All right, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our TensorFlow course, and we just finished up our malaria building CovNets modules. Let's have a look at what we went over today. I wasn't expecting to finish this module that quick. I guess we're going to build on whatever we did in this module on the next module. So yeah, let's pick up where we left off. So yesterday, if you recall, we ran this model here, and we got back an output. And we're going to run it again, but I actually printed it out ahead of time because I want to go over some things with you before we do that. So let's pick it up where we left off. So notice how the dense layer is responsible for a huge percentage of our parameters. See line 100. So if you look at this dense layer here, we have 1,000 neurons here, and that's going to give us 44,945,000 trainable outputs. Now we have a total of 45 million. That's why I'm saying we got a big, or 99% of our parameters from this one dense layer alone, as you can see. So that's what that's saying there. Now, if we wanted, we could reduce the parameters by reducing that dense layer's values. Reducing the value in that dense layer will give us a smaller model. So we're going to go ahead and do that now so we can take a look and see what would happen if we actually reduce this from 1,000 neurons to 100. So we're going to save that, and we're going to run it. We're going to compile it. And while it's compiling, we're going to move on and do some light reading. A point to note is these number of parameters, 456 and 2,416, which we pre-calculated in the last module. You will notice that we get these exact numbers when we run our model. See lines 88 and 93. So you see 88 here, we have 456 parameters, and then you see line 93, we have 2,416. Those are the numbers we got when we pre-calculated everything in this last module here. Let me go back and show you really quickly so I can show you those numbers. Hopefully our model starts compiling by the time I'm done doing this, and we can just roll right into it. We did take a lot of notes. I guess the good thing and the bad thing about taking a lot of notes, you have to search through a lot just to find what you're looking for. Which one is this here? Okay, so this is the 456. If you look at line 515, you see that's the 456 that we specified. And let me find you the 2,416. And you look here at line 718, you'll see the 2,416 that we specified. So everything that we pre-calculated on this module, we actually ran and got in this module here. So that's what that was saying there, just as a cross-reference. And our model did finish compiling, so let's have a look now. And as you can see, our number now is a lot smaller. We went from 45 million to 4,500,007,674 total trainable parameters. So we went down a whole bunch just by changing that one dense layer from 1,000 to 100. So we're going to fix it back. That was just as an example. We're not going to keep it like that. We were just showing how we can reduce the size of the model by reducing that dense layer. So that's that. Let me get and clear that out. All right, and for the dense layer, it's obvious we have 1,000 times 100 plus an additional 100 for the bias. See lines 102. So let's go to line 102, and you can see we have an output of 100,100, and we got that because of the dense layer, this dense layer times this dense layer, added the 100 biases. So we have 1,000 times 100 to give us 100,000, plus the 100 for our biases to give us 100,100. So that's just letting us know how we got that number here for the outputs or parameters. And then we have 100 times 2 plus an additional 2 for the biases, which gives us 202. See line 104. And that's for this one here. So we have 100 times 2 will give us 200, plus the 2 biases will give us 202. That's specifying how we got these parameters here. It should also be noted that there was a slight error as we don't have a 5 by 5 by 3 as previously calculated in the last module. Instead, we have a 5 by 5 by 6. Since we have an input number of 6 channels, see line 644 in the last module. So let's go to the last module and see what's going on there. And it said line 644. We go up a little bit more. Okay, as you can see here, we do have a 30 by 30 by 6. So yeah, that's supposed to be a 5 by 5 by 6, not by 3. So this is supposed to be a 5 by 5 by 6, not 3. So instead, we have a 5 by 5 by 6 is the right number since we have an input number of 6 channels. And I just showed you that while we got the 6 channels. And if we take the 5 by 5 by 6 and multiply it 16 times, we will have 2,416, as I showed you on the last slide of the last module on that line when we have 2,416 trainable parameters. Note all of the filters starting on line 729 and the last module should be updated to 5 by 5 by 6. Let me go ahead and go there now so I can show you. I didn't do it beforehand because I want you to see exactly what I was talking about. 729. So all of these. Okay, the mouse is acting crazy. All of these here have to be changed to 5 by 5 by 6. That was the hiccup that we were talking about. I'll come back and do it later. I don't want to spend the whole video correcting threes to sixes. So you'll see what we're doing there. And it should be noted that we are trying to replicate the Lynette architecture, and this is in no way the state of the art kinds of models we will use today. So in a section on the correctional measures, moving forward, we are going to use even better models. For now, we will get an understanding of this. So that's what this was here. This building confidence module was getting a basic understanding and grasp of what we're going to be doing moving forward. So that's pretty much all it was. That's all it wanted us to do is get an understanding and a grasp for everything. So in our next module is going to be this one here, binary cross entropy loss, and this is the module we're going to start tomorrow. I queued everything up again. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be using. I just imported everything over from the last module and cut out all of the notes. I don't need the notes. I'll leave the notes in the last module if I need to go over them. So this is everything we have queued up for tomorrow. But again, I will keep you guys posted every step of the way once we pick it back up. Yep, of course, you guys stay Gucci. This is the Python Papi.